Soku realized that in Game 2, because in Game 1 you saw that he was doing a lot of juggling, right? It was a bigger stage, it was harder to get Hyland off stage, especially when it was back in center. And, you know, against a Toon Link as well, he wasn't going up against the Wolf, but, you know, he was doing a lot of a juggling game against a character with a good recovery. And then in Game 2, poor recovery, doesn't bother with the juggle, instead just goes for the off-stage interactions, and that's one of the things you have to consider in every matchup.
All right, I'm excited for what we're about to see coming up next. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to our Pokemon Sun and Moon Battle Spot stream. We have, of course, renowned singles player Denti playing the Pokemon trainer, known for his love of Ivysaur, up against Dragonite, who has very recently picked up the Pokemon trainer and recently decided to delve deep into this deep character. So, Dragonite on the left, both starting with Squirtle, Denti on the right.
Yeah, gonna be tough for y'all to, and for us as well. I mean, obviously to see who's who, but looks like Drago's got the more saturated colors,
yeah,
so
more yellow.
be on the lookout for that. Also, be on the lookout for edge guards from Denti. He knows this character inside and out in every which way possible, and like you said, Ivysaur extraordinaire. Once she switches off to that Ivysaur, that's when you've got to be scared of the damage coming out. But Charizard's another character that can put on damage, neighbor.
Oh my goodness! Catching that super effective hit, that big back air. Momentum switch.
Yes, Denti needed to switch that Ivysaur because he was not making it back with that Squirtle. He was falling for miles.
Yeah, Denti going deep for this edge guard, trying to mimic what he just got hit by. Up smash, covering the roll from the ledge. Drago has to land. Ivysaur doesn't have the best disadvantage in the world. Forward throw is going to set up a ledge trap.
Yeah, no, kind of flamethrower. I like that idea, just to keep the Ivysaur from switching right back onto the ledge. It's easy to lock him down because he only has the one option, but up throw, not quite. Ivysaur's actually pretty heavy.
Yeah, it was a narrow miss, pixels away from the platform. This forward throw, yeah, he's going to set up a ledge trap. Up throw wouldn't have done it on a heavier character like Charizard.
And with the move steal. Now it takes one.
That's a free kill. Bait out that DP. Now it's back to Squirtle, the Squirtle squad.
Here comes the Squirtle squad, and literally even percents as much as you can get. But Denti's the one that's going to break the ice and put Drago right back off stage. This is very similar to what we saw Stock 1 so far.
Yeah, it looks like Denti's a lot more comfortable with the Squirtle, as tends to be when you're like a more new player to the character. Squirtle is one of the hardest ones to figure out, right? With Charizard, you can play him as an up smash machine. You can play him a little bit more simply because he does have solid functions that are very clear. Ivysaur is definitely the better character to start figuring out first.
Yeah, no, Ivysaur is definitely the one that can do pretty much everything you need him to, and Denti already had that experience before, so it's scary to see him doing so well with this character already into the game. Dragonite somehow making that Flare Blitz safe, but Denti has him locked down in the corner, and that is one of the places that Ivysaur certainly excels, but off the ledge, it can be a struggle.
Gets that late, slow Razor Leaf to combo into the up air and back to the Squirtle squad.
That was a 0 to death from Denti, by the way. Yeah. That was just a full minute of him hitting Dragonite and not letting him tap back.
That is impressive. Dashing back, the full range of that it's the withdraw. I always want to call it rapid spin, but it's definitely not.
I would say that rapid spin is more of like the down smash.
There we go. Trying to get rid of these entry hazards.
Yeah. Oh, Drago going way off stage. Denti says no. The quick turnaround.
There's no way. All right, so nice 2-0 there for Denti. Knocking out 3 Pokemon. Still 2 left on his side of the field.
Sure. Getting into some Pokemon Stadium. I like just the way that Denti played off stage. I think that's the big thing that separated him and Drago, is that they were, especially near the start of the game, they were pretty even on stage. But boy, just once Drago was off stage, it was just such a struggle for him to get back.
I think step 1, Dragonite shouldn't be going Squirtle versus Squirtle. Only because of every time that it's come up, Denti has clearly shown much more mastery of the character, at the very least in the Ditto. And if you have more comfortability with Ivysaur, unless you're playing to learn right now and you're just trying to figure these things out, do what you need to do. But if you're playing to win and go the furthest you can, I would like to see a change, because something wasn't going right.
But Drago, he's a hard-headed guy who wants to do things his way, and his way is to just beat Denti senseless with the Ditto characters.
I mean, right now he's doing pretty solidly, so maybe just needed a change of scenery or a change of mindset.
I believe it, man. Like we said, running pretty even on stage, but just when Denti got him off stage, you can see that Denti's not struggling to get back the way that Drago is. We'll see how he does this ledge trap here, but no, commits to the grab there, and that lets Drago come back on.
Looks like so far Denti's been the Ditto master between the two of them. Going to stick with the Ivysaur versus the Charizard, though. Doesn't want to risk any speed ties.
No. Oh my gosh, going right through. And Denti still not able to close out that stock with that forward smash. Boy, is Charizard big.
That's
big enough to live that too. Almost gonna tech that. Wow.
That was a really impressive edge guard, going down for the Nair, trying to set things up. Going for the down throw. I think most Charizards prefer back throw at low percents. Down throw doesn't really set up as much as it did in Smash 4, so still looks like maybe some comfortability. I don't know if there's a mix-up there, though. Maybe down throw can set up on the platform. Up smash catches Squirtle out of the air, though. And now percent stocks even. Denti's Charizard. Nope, back to the Squirtle squad.
And back to the Ditto. Denti, it's been working out for him so far. That's a lot of damage there for Drago.
Yeah, that waterfall definitely changing things up.
I like that mix-up there with the back air instead of going for the usual up airs. That was both to follow the DI and I think to make Drago a bit uncomfortable with
that should have been water gun for sure.
Yeah.
Denti facing away, drifting out.
Now giving Denti the time of day to get back. Again, we talked about it. It's the edge guarding from Denti that's working, and it's not as much for Drago.
There you go. Waits for the spot dodge. Dragonite maybe expecting a pivot grab in that situation. Denti really bringing the pain, but Drago, the one with the Ivysaur out right now, gets the shield break, and now it's back to one stock apiece. It's Ivysaur Dittos. No, we're going straight to the Squirtle.
Straight to the Squirtle, and you know, again, Denti's been doing such a good job, early percents with this Squirtle, you know, mixing up Drago on these combos, but...
I like that Drago has decided to stay Ivysaur, though.
Yes. I think that this is actually pretty good for Ivysaur, for all intents and purposes. If he can play a good reserved game, stay in the corner, yeah, you can lock out a Squirtle pretty well, and now I think he wants that early kill, and Denti realizes it.
Up smash machine is able to catch the aggressive button, but Denti has him trying to land. Just misses. Oh my goodness, what a punish, but Denti is living!
Ivysaur is, once again, pretty heavy.
What good DI. Denti coming back from the ledge, going for that mix-up. Jump back and jump back on with the flamethrower. That's the Denti classic. Posting those Twitter vids. You got to keep up, Drago. The forward tilt. Oh my goodness. Drago had it with a forward smash, but Denti's DI was phenomenal. And then made the comeback. Definitely played slow and solid. You can see there was just little things here and there that Denti was a little more comfortable with.